thou shalt not waste food. Do you have a hard time cleaning your plate because you've either been taught to eat it all, you're starving and can't shovel it in fast enough, or you're on another binge because when your diet starts, all this yummy food is off limits? How do we even listen to and feel full when we have all of these emotions interrupting our meal? Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and on this channel, I help women just like you become women of wellness by making peace with food, loving your body, and finding joy in exercise and movement. Click the subscribe button below to commit yourself to becoming a woman of wellness. And to help guide you through these intuitive eating principles that we're going to talk about throughout these videos, grab the intuitive eating checklist that I made specifically for you. Stay tuned because today we are talking all things fullness, binging, overeating, and feeling out of control with food. Today's video is very simple and straightforward, but it does take some practice on your part. So I'll make it short so that you can get straight to your own practice. And if you need a little more background, go all the way back to the video discussing the intuitive eating principle number 2, honoring your hunger. Today we are working on feeling our fullness. And if you haven't yet, before you keep going through this video, go download my free hunger and fullness workbook. It's linked in the description below, and it's a guided workbook to help you better understand and honor your hunger and fullness. When thinking about fullness in satiety, it's important to pay attention. So many of us lead busy lives, and we sometimes forget to pay attention to when we actually eat. In fact, would you say you're more of a mindless eater? My challenge for you today is simple. First, figure out what fullness feels like to you. What kind of signals does your body give you? For some, it's that feeling of fullness in the stomach. For others, it's like that feeling of satisfaction. For me, I know I'm done when that little voice in my head says, that's probably a good last bite. If you go any further, you know that you'll probably feel stuffed and overfull. Haven't you actually had that sensation at a restaurant where you know you should probably stop there because your body tells you that it's satisfied? The question is, what do you do about it? Do you stop and listen to that voice in your head, or do you keep going? No answer is wrong or right, but I just want you to notice what you tend to do. This can help you a ton when learning to honor your fullness. So now that you know what fullness feels like to you, and uniquely to you, all you need to do is ask yourself one phrase throughout a meal. And try your best to practice this by sitting down and eating as mindfully as possible. I know it can be hard, but try your best. It will help you on those days when you don't have time to sit down and eat mindfully when you're on the run. All you need to do is ask yourself, where am I at? Ask yourself that question at the beginning of the meal. Are you starving? Are you hungry? Are you ready for a meal? Just ask yourself where your hunger is on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being starving and 10 being stuffed. Throughout the meal, ask yourself that question a few more times. Then, when you get to your level of fullness or satisfaction, which for most people is about a level 7 or 8, stop there. Just listen to your body and stop. Then, give yourself 10 to 20 minutes of being away from the table or doing other things and ask yourself where you're at. Do you feel like you ate until you were full or satisfied? Are you still hungry? It actually might take some time to learn your body's signals, but remember, you're learning, and that's great. If you're still hungry, eat a little something more. If not, remember that feeling that you feel inside of fullness for the next time and cheer yourself on for listening to your body. Now, sometimes hunger and fullness can be hard to listen to, especially if you've ignored it most of your life through dieting or being too busy to eat mindfully. But practicing this regularly can really help you become more in tune with your body. So, if you need a little extra help in trying to listen to your body, you can also ask yourself some of the following questions to help you determine your specific hunger and fullness levels. And yes, they are unique to you. Ask yourself, how much time has passed since I last ate? Maybe you realize it's been a while, so you probably should start thinking about eating at least, right? Next question, what kind of food did I eat at my last meal? Did you eat a balance of good protein, fats, and carbs, the kinds of foods that help us keep us full, or was breakfast just a quick bagel on the go that you know never really keeps you full for very long? And lastly, the last question, what does my food environment look like? Yeah, this can actually really affect you being able to listen to your hunger and fullness cues. So if you're at a restaurant, maybe you know that you struggle to stop when you're full. you're busy, you're talking, whatever it is, I want you to try a new technique and ask for a to-go box right when you feel satisfied with your meal. Don't let it sit in front of you, because you know that you will always find a way to pick at it all night long. Remember, you do not need to finish everything on your plate. It's okay to say no if you're not hungry. It's totally okay to do that. Listening to the voice in your head, giving you your fullness signals, when it says stop, honor it. You can always come back later if you still feel hungry. And if your struggle is not just one of fullness, but of satisfaction, because that's a big part of your relationship with food, we're actually talking all about that in the next video. And one more thing, if you do struggle with emotional eating, which can be a component of this, that's also coming up in a video soon. So it all goes together to help you create the big picture of your relationship with food. So don't forget to download the Hunger and Fullness workbook that's linked in the description below so that you can practice this principle. And I will see you next time.